Howdy, how's everybody doing today? Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. I'll get comfortable here. So, yeah, I guess the fans had some questions, and I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions that were posted online in regards to my music and whatnot. And the first question that was asked is, this question came from Cindy in Missouri. It says, can you share the story how you first became involved in music? So, absolutely, I can share the story how I first became involved in music. At the early age of 11 years old is when I got my first guitar. During that time, I was living at my grandmother's house in Tijuana, and I was a stranger in a strange land. So my uncle, he was kind of like my big brother, was really into Pink Floyd and all this cool stuff from the 60s and 70s, bands like Rush, Yes, Pink Floyd, Genesis, Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, and the list goes on. So that's kind of where my musical influences started at. And that's kind of where I got the vibe for a lot of my music. So yeah, it was at the age of 11. I remember my dad, he had just gotten his visitation rights back, and he would go down to Tijuana to visit me every other weekend. And when you cross the border, they have a whole line of stuff called curiosidades, and things that people make in Mexico. So my dad came to pick me up for the weekend. I remember we were crossing the border, and this was, if I remember correctly, in 1994. Yeah, because I was born in '83 and I was 11. And 1994 was when Oasis released "What's the Story, Morning Glory," and that album changed my life. When I first saw the video for Wonderwall and saw him playing the acoustic guitar and strumming, right at that moment, I knew that was my destiny and that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. It gave me a calm, secure feeling of just that acoustic guitar sound strumming, and then Liam's voice sounding so much like John Lennon.